Welcome to Financing the American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and today we're taking you all across the country to show you the best of real estate, lifestyle, and culture. You're going to love the stories we have to share today. Let's get this show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Barry Habib, and as you might be able to tell, I'm in beautiful Las Vegas. There's plenty of opportunities to take your chances in one of these great establishments. You might decide to roll the dice, or if blackjack's your game, you may decide to either hit or stand. And you know what's funny is that the housing market right now is so hot, home prices are going up, that some people are wondering, should I hit and go for that house? Or maybe I should stand pat and wait 6 months. Now, this is something that people are thinking about often today. And what I don't think they're realizing is that if they decide to wait 6 months, and while they might be on the sidelines, the housing market isn't. And guess what? Neither are interest rates. So let's talk about both and what it might mean to you. First of all, the housing market itself is forecasted to appreciate at a pretty good clip. It all depends on your zip code and your market. But most of the time, you're going to find that inventory is tight and demand is strong. So home prices are very likely to appreciate, and many forecasts call for them to appreciate over the next year by double-digit percentages. Now that means in just the next 6 months, you could see home values rise another 4 or 5%. Wow, let's think about that for a minute. On a $500,000 home, that's another $20,000 or $25,000. But that's not all. If you're taking out a mortgage, you have to take out a higher mortgage in those cases, which means that increases your monthly payment. Let's talk about interest rates being your monthly payment. Now, we know that the Federal Reserve has said they're going to begin to slow down their purchases of mortgage-backed securities. That could cause mortgage rates to increase. Interest rates rise just a little bit, let's say 0.25%. That could affect your monthly payment. And what we're seeing right now is when you combine those two, waiting 6 months could cause your payment to increase $100, $150 a month, somewhere in that range. That's a big consideration, and that's in just 6 months. Now, wait a second. What about the home value? If that goes up $20,000 or $25,000, that's a lot of money that you'll miss out on. And there's one more thing that very few people consider, and that's amortization. Amortization is the portion of your monthly payment that's really your own money. Some of it's interest, and that goes to the lender. But what about amortization? That's principal, and that goes to you. It's your own money. When you account for all of these things, depending on the home price and depending on what the appreciation is, do you know that you could possibly see appreciation, amortization cost you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in just 6 months? And then combine that with seeing your monthly payment increase by $100 or $150 a month, the cost of waiting 6 months may be just too much. And when you think about it, perhaps it might be a good idea to go after that home of your dreams today, to continue looking and continue shopping, and maybe, just maybe, pay a little bit more to win that home so you can lock in those prices and payments today. Now, we're going to be looking around the country at some of these beautiful neighborhoods and lifestyles, and you'll see exactly and hearing from those mortgage experts that'll talk about those opportunities as well as the realtors that will show you those homes.
I'm John Diaz. I'm outside of Pearl Street Pizzeria here in Fishers, Indiana. I'm excited to introduce you to my friend Kevin Ferdig on this episode of American Dream TV. Let's go inside and see what this episode has to offer. I'm John Diaz here with Kevin Ferdig, former WWE superstar and real estate agent here in Indianapolis. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, how long were you in the WWE?
So I was in the WWE, oh man, I got signed when I was 24 and made a good career out of it till about 32.
Okay.
So
8 years now. Give us a little background on how all that came to be.
complete stupidity. I was working out with a guy by the name of Sid Vicious in a gym in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis had a long history of having one of the only live television programs, and then I moved up to Louisville. Louisville was, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Brock Lesnar. I mean, it was the who's who. So, brought me up, to a totally different level with the who's who that was about to break out and everything else. And one thing led to another. It was awesome.
Fantastic. How did that translate with your experience in the WWE into real estate, helping people buy and sell homes?
Yeah, it's a lot alike. In a weird sort of way. You're selling a product. Hey, how do I market this? I need to be a larger than life character, and then that's kind of how I go with it.
Awesome. And obviously the Champ is Home belt here, you've created to really, capitalize from a marketing perspective with everybody that you work with. I mean, if you check out your social media presence, like, people get a hold of championship belt, which most kids growing up probably want to do at some point, right? Yeah. So, how did you come up with this?
To me, it's your home's your arena. I mean, when you're the top guy, I mean, it's your deal. I mean, you have the belt, you're the champion. You say the champ is home. It's your rules, and that's kind of where I went with that kind of the champ is home moniker is. I just felt it was always hand in hand.
Sure. No, and I would say it's working well because you've established yourself here in the local market. You've built a very good business on the real estate side. But kind of comparing both career paths,
yep.
Which one would you say is more challenging?
I'd say navigating somebody, to buy or sell a home. The good part is in the wrestling ring, if worse comes to worse, I just beat them up that much more, and I get to the end result. Every deal is always different. There's a lot that's just not in your control. I kind of treat it as, I was in mini battle royal, and it's really not me winning; it's my client winning.
Sure.
So that's we won because we navigated the situation, and we all fought as a team, and that's what it takes.
Sure. Nope, that makes complete sense. Thanks for joining us today here at Pearl Street Pizzeria and Pub in Fishers. I want to thank Kevin Ferdig for joining us today. You can find him all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
You can find me at the Kevin Ferdig on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me at Kevin Ferdig Realty on Facebook. I have a website, if you're looking in the Indianapolis market right now, it's thechampishome.com. Again, that is thechampishome.com. I'm looking to make world champion home buyers and sellers. I've got a great tag team partner and lender here in John Diaz. So please reach out. Let's start the process. Look for a house. We'll get you pre-approved, and then we're going to take you to the promised land and raise your hand and say the champ is home.
Hello, fellow Americans. My name is Lauren Maxwell, and I am your host today on Financing the American Dream. We are in Naples, Florida, where I am going to show you some beautiful properties, along with meeting two fabulous women who will be guests on the show today. Come on, meet them. We are here at Resolutions Title, the it place to be, looking along 5th Avenue South in Naples.
It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and I'm excited. I have Katie Warchek and Nicole Black here from Lux Real Estate Brokerage Firm of Naples. Ladies, my first question is, tell me how you make yourselves stand out.
It's mainly just doing what we say we're going to do and doing it at an elevated level. So we not only stage, style, design, I'm a residential contractor as well, so we can help people with actually remodeling their space or building their dream home. So we kind of have it all, and our team is backed by a just office full of women who are ready to support you, and we run out for each other. So it's really more of a team atmosphere.
So when you both send me deals, I ask people what made you pick Lux Real Estate of Naples.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
they talk about the social media. Nicole, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the #1 free used tool to find buyers online. We teach our agents how to utilize that tool, and we use it to the max.
We will get you a
Anything.
house, whether it's marketed already, whether it's off market, whether it's not for sale, or whether the person even thought they weren't going to sell their house. We will get that house
Half
sold.
the time they end up doing it. Well, that's the thing too, is when online buyers are searching, they're looking and looking and looking for what's on the market. Once they find us, they realize that the world is the oyster. Location is first. We'll find you something. I'll hunt for it, and I will find it.
Ladies, what are you going to take us to next?
Ooh, we got
let
the
us tell
perfect
you.
place. Okay, so on 5th Avenue South, so the heart of downtown Naples, right down the street over the bridge, there's Naples Bay Resort, and we took a residence there, so it's on the bay with gorgeous views, 2-car garage,
things.
but it was bad. I'm talking like the worst tile layout. We replaced every single square inch of this place, even from the ceilings to the floors, and we can't wait to show you what it looks like now.
All right, guys, let's go. It is glorious, 80 degrees out. We are at Naples Bay Resort. We have the boats and the water behind us, planes going above us. So come on down, bring your families. Let's show you what real living's about. Ladies, tell us about this place.
Yeah, so this place originally a few years ago was just a canvas. My customers actually came in and they pulled us in and we gave them an entire price to gut it. So we did the kitchen, baths, flooring, drywall, dropped the ceiling for cans, but more importantly, we turned this into their dream home. So then they were able to sell and make a lot of money.
Tell us also about your ideas for Luxury Naples and how you empower women who work with you.
Absolutely. We are all about elevating our team, elevating the females that are on our team. We are a women-run business, and we're really dedicated to that. It's something that we started. This whole philosophy of Luxury Naples was built between love, loyalty, faith, and elevating the real estate experience.
I staged a trailer the other day, so I know that we are literally hitting every single aspect of people who are wanting to just get their foot into Naples. Whether it's $100,000 or it's $10 million, it doesn't matter. We treat every single listing, every single person like they are #1.
So come and visit them, call them. Everybody knows how to reach me, Lauren Maxwell, Lauren at MaxwellMortgageLoans.com. Call us anytime. We'd love to help you.
As a real estate investor in the Los Angeles area for the last 20 years, I can tell you that today is still a wonderful time to invest in Los Angeles.
So what's really happening in Los Angeles right now? Well, the market is hot. We're talking hotter than it's been in decades. We're talking appreciation levels right here in Los Angeles of 11.4%.
Don, let me interrupt. That's a little bit low next to the national average, and it's only because of the area that we're standing in right now. Downtown LA during COVID got hit pretty hard. People didn't want to live in these big metropolitan areas. They moved a little to the outskirts, but guess what? There's a resurgence and people are urbanizing again.
There you go. So, but sales are up, believe it or not. There was over 2,500 sales just last month in November, and that's compared to 2,300 last year. So the market is still hot, appreciation levels are hot, and I think they're gonna stay hot due to the fact that we had no building for 10 years and a lot of pent-up demand, Gino.
But the other thing, Don, to take into consideration is the rental market. The rental market is absolutely on fire.
Yeah.
And as rents continue to rise, people say, why would I rent if I can buy? So with low interest rates and a hot rental market, it continues to put pressure for prices to gain in the Los Angeles area. And the median home in Los Angeles is $925,000 right now.
It's crazy, $925,000. So the market is hot right here in Los Angeles. Of course, we're downtown here, and we're going to keep you up to date with what's happening in the market, but we think it's going to remain hot for quite some time. So right now, I say we go show them a little bit more about LA Live and have some more fun, Gino.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
I'm my own motivation. Don't care what people say. This is my celebration. I do this my own way. Watch out, I'm coming out now. I stay in my own lane. You say I move like magic. I say the same.
Well, what's really cool about our jobs here at Finance the American Dream is we get to play as well. And I say we show you a little mini food adventures.
I love it, Don. Well, let's get a bite here at Patsy's Pizza. I haven't tried it before, but it should be great.
All right, let's go. Woo-hoo.
Do it like no one else. Hey, right there. I feel it. Turn it up. Hey, I'm feeling myself. Oh yeah.
Well, this is a treat, not just for you, but also for us here at Patsy's Pizza, Chicago style. And of course, we have Mike here to kind of share with us the specialty about this right here at LA Live. All right, Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of and what's sitting in front of us, baby.
Perfect. So Patsy's Pizza was started in 2004 right here in California. Got extremely famous extremely quickly for the Chicago style deep dish pizza, which you see right there. It is a 2-inch thick pie. The build on that would be all the meat, the cheese, the vegetables, a dough lid, the sauce, and it takes about 25-35 minutes to cook. It's outstanding. So these are our dry rub wings, and we actually have a variety of flavors, but what makes them special is 1, the product, and 2, the cook process is very unique to Patsy's.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell right there, they're not like soaked or they're not, wet or they definitely look crispy.
Exactly, they're very juicy, but they still have a little crunch to them.
Yeah, it looks great.
Nice. So we got the deep dish, we got the regular crust, and our wings. So why don't we dig into this?
Let's do it.
All right, I can't wait. Hope you enjoy Financing the American Dream with Don and Gino, showing you what you can do in Los Angeles, including LA Live, the new Crypto.com Center, and of course, this wonderful pizza.
Patsy's.
All right, we'll see you next month. Thanks for tuning in.
Joining us today. My name is Nicole Ruth, and here we are in Santa Fe Arts District in Denver, Colorado. And I'm joined by my good friend and real estate agent, Olivia Canavicius.
Thanks, Nicole, for having me.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the area that we're in?
So we are in the Art District on Santa Fe, and we are located right next to downtown Denver. So this is actually a nationally recognized arts and culture district. And so we're actually here today to highlight a client of mine, Cynthia Diaz, and her new coffee shop, Ton Unseen Casa de Cafe, which just opened actually 2 weeks ago.
Here's a single mom who now owns 3 homes and a coffee shop. She started a business, a passion project.
Yes.
From the equity in her homes. I love the opportunities that real estate can give folks, but to actually see this play out in motion, talk a little bit about her passion project.
So Cynthia actually was smart enough to buy a house 10 years ago, right? As a young woman, she bought a home for herself, lived there throughout the years, life happened, she had a daughter, needed to move to the other side of town. So I was lucky enough to meet her, help her buy that secondary home. Well, all of a sudden the pandemic hit. So being the overachiever that she actually is, meanwhile she's working her day job, thought, I want to buy an investment property and I want to start a business. So being able to leverage her initial investment from her primary home, she was able to purchase that investment property and start a new business. So all of her success is directly attributed to her investments in real estate, which is incredible.
And of course, the last 10 years have been such a blessing for the growth in equity, right?
Yeah.
So to actually see how you could take advantage of the equity in your home, I mean, you could pay off debt, go to school, start a business. So this is where we're gonna have the opportunity to meet Cynthia and to walk inside the coffee shop.
Absolutely.
So let's go. So we're inside Cynthia's coffee shop, and this is delightful. I like so many colors, so vibrant, so energetic. I love what you've done with this space. Thank you for inviting us and for the fabulous coffee, the flavors. I want you to tell us a little bit about what kind of inspired you to start your coffee shop?
There's a couple of different things that inspired the coffee shop idea. One is that I grew up in a family that owned a small diner in Southern Colorado. So there's that kind of like family roots, right? Like continue doing that small business just like my family did. But then also the other part that I'm bringing to it is that this is a Latin American and indigenous inspired coffee shop, right? So we're offering like coffee drinks that bring in those like special flavors and that history behind the coffee. So that's what I wanted to bring to Denver, to have a coffee shop that's just a little bit different than what's out there.
So would you have been able to do this had you not purchased your first home 10 years ago and your several other investment properties since?
No, definitely that's how I got lucky and had the resources to be able to open up the shop, is because the equity in my house is more than doubled, I believe. And so that was what I was able to tap into to be able to open up the shop for sure.
Well, Cynthia, it is such a pleasure to meet you. I'm so glad that you shared your space with us. It is absolutely a place that we'll be coming back to again many times. So that was fabulous time spent with Cynthia. Yes. I mean, and that's the power of real estate right there. That's the opportunities that it presents. It's all about options. Owning 24 investments myself, it just brings me so much joy when I can teach someone else how to do the same thing. So that's the opportunity that I also want to invite you to. We have a special event that's happening January 20th and 21st here in the Denver market. And it's for real estate agents nationwide. And it's called The Next Big Thing. I'm gonna see you there, right?
Oh, first row, front and center. I would not miss it. I'm telling you, if you're a realtor, this is the event that you need to go to kick off 2022, 100%.
23 speakers, 2 days, all focused on how we can continue to build our businesses, how we can take advantage of the opportunities presented, and how we can help more Cynthias. Well, we hope to see you there. This is another edition of Financing the American Dream.
Hey guys, today we're in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, the Discovery Center. Today we're discovering all the cute little shops, boutiques, and restaurants in a golf cart community. You know, little mom and pop businesses. Speaking of pop, there's a guy that came here to achieve the American dream. So what better way to have on American Dream TV? This is Pop Brothers in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Let's go. Here we are at Pop Brothers Popsicle shop, and this is Shannon and Octavio. Hey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you came over from Spain and you brought this amazing concept with you. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, you know, I come from Spain a long time ago and lived all over the United States working on the food and beverage industry, and found this concept that really allowed me to be creative and come out with every different flavors that I really enjoy. So
how many different flavors of popsicles are you guys making?
You know, we have different types, like fruit, our lemonades. We have exotic fruits that we bring from the countries of origin.
And you make all of these?
Yeah, we make every single one of these popsicles. We make around 4,000 a day.
Oh, wow. And I think I read you import the fruits from different countries?
Yeah, so for example, dragon fruit, we bring it directly from Japan, passion fruit from Colombia. So it really is the best that we can come with.
Well, I know personally, I would love to try a passion fruit. Mm-hmm. So what do you say we sample the product?
What are we waiting for?
Let's do it. Guys, do yourself a favor. When you're down here in Ocean Springs, come to Pop Brothers. You will not regret it 100%. Shannon, Octavio, thank you so much for having me. I wish you much success, and these are the best popsicles I've ever had.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So I'm going to go run off with Randy to go see this listing, and then we're going to catch you at his beachside house. So let's go see that listing.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey guys, We are at 5801 Bellefontaine here in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. This is one of the only houses that's actually on the Gulf of Mexico. I'm here to meet Randy Richardson with Powermark Properties, going to show it to me. You saw him at the Pop Brothers. Now we're here. Come with me. Are you Randy the realtor or Randy the fisherman?
You caught me, Don. You caught me.
How's it going?
It's going good.
How do you have time to be out here fishing? You're supposed to be selling some houses.
Well, I'm trying.
Some buyers.
But when you're in a beautiful spot like this in Ocean Springs, just outside of the hustle and bustle, you're looking at Horn Island, you've got all the beautiful water and the wildlife, you got to enjoy it.
This is just gorgeous. This is just a scenery that is out of a picture book or something.
It is.
So you get this beautiful view and you have a gorgeous home behind us.
We do. We're located just 15 minutes out of the hustle and bustle of Ocean Springs, so we're easy to get there. And we've got a 3,000 square foot house that's back here, kind of tucked away that you don't even know it's there. And
well,
it's beautiful.
How about showing it to me?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Let's go do it. Wow, Randy, this is amazing beachfront living.
It is pretty spectacular. It's got views all the way through the front. It's really open, really airy, very much a well-entertaining house.
It is gorgeous. You just got to show me around. I mean, I just can't get enough of this listing. Well, Randy, thank you for showing me this listing today. It's absolutely gorgeous. I appreciate you taking time to, show this listing to the American Dream TV public.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Don.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Randy Richardson, Powermark Properties, Don Blaze for American Dream TV. I'll catch you on the next episode.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Financing the American Dream. I've been your host, Craig Sewing. And don't forget, not only can you watch the show here, but also follow us on social at The American Dream TV. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream.